Hey everybody, Funky McClunky here. It's another one of my little update, show and tell kind of episodes. So let's get into it. Okay, so first up, I'm not sure when I'm going to publish this video, but by now, an episode of the Toys on Tap podcast that I did should be live at this point. Today is June 9th, I think. Anyway, I think it's coming out June 10th or something like that. So anyway, by the time you see this video, head over to Toys on Tap through your favorite podcast platform, or I think he puts them on YouTube also. And follow him on Instagram. If you haven't heard of it, it's a great series of conversations with artists and toy makers and general weirdos. It's great conversation. Love it. Happy to be a part of it. Hope I don't sound like a complete fool in the episode. I haven't heard it yet, so take a listen if you want to. Anyway, okay, so a couple of updates real quick. Since my last update video where I was talking about what new project I had coming, I've actually finished a lot of those, which is good. I did the Heir to the Empire figures. I did a handful of Leia's. I did a handful of Star Wars prototype figures. And I did Zardoz. I did, dropped his gun. I did Zed from Zardoz. And I went ahead and did one of the brutal exterminator guys, because the body is the same as Zed, as Sean Connery and his little man thong thing. Anyway, but I just gave him a rifle and some different boots and made the double-sided mask thing. Anyway, available on Etsy or Cults if you want those. So yeah, making pretty good progress on my to-do list. I'm getting a little burnout on Star Wars stuff, and fortunately, people seem to be digging like Zardoz and Mac Tonight and those other weird things that I made. So I'm going to make more stuff like that for a little while. I still have some Star Wars stuff that has been requested. Don't worry, I'm still getting to that stuff sooner rather than later, but I'm going to be mixing in other fun stuff as well. Coming up, I made the Mac Tonight figure, but I went ahead and I haven't finished painting him yet. I haven't finished painting his hands or his sunglasses or anything. But I'm going to do some carded figures. I haven't done any carded figures before, but I bit the bullet and bought all the supplies for it, and I'm going to make some carded. I'm going to make a short run of carded, fully painted Mac Tonight figures with an original card and all that stuff. Those will be available, I don't know, probably within the month. Same deal. I have this other really stupid idea, and I talk about it a little bit in the Toys on Tap podcast, actually. But I saw the Super 7, like the reaction figure of Teen Wolf from the Teen Wolf movie in the 80s in his basketball outfit, and I instantly thought that it would be hilarious to put Chewbacca in a basketball outfit, so I made a teen Wookiee. And this is an unpainted one, of course. I haven't gotten the color quite right for his uniform, but anyway, instead of beavers and the number 42, it says Wookiees and the number 42. Really stupid, but it was fun. I wanted to do it. So I'm going to paint up a handful of these and put them on some fun cards and sell those as well. It looks like a candy apple, doesn't it? This is a resin-printed vintage Kenner Darth Vader head in translucent red. It's hollow, and I'm going to put a single LED light in there. I made this because I thought my son, my boys would like it as a night light in their room. But I don't know, if it turns out well, I might make some of these and sell them. Let me know if you'd be interested in a little Darth Vader nightlight, or I could do this with like an Emperor head, or I could do it with a Princess Leia or whatever. I don't know. Might put them up for sale. Who knows? Okay, that's it for what I've got coming. Now let's move on to the old show and tell. I need to feature my man Paul. I got to talk about my man Paul. He operates on Instagram under the War Stars is his Instagram account, and he makes really quirky, weird, mostly Star Wars related figures and accessories and weird stuff. Case in point, Tauntaun guts. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, but I love it. It is literally, I don't know what he ordered, some sort of rubber bands or something, but he put them in a card, and it looks like Tauntaun guts. Not only do I think it's funny, but my 8-year-old loves it too. Fully carded, of course. Then, my personal favorite, Ewok poop. Yes, that's a turd on a Star Wars card. I don't even want to know what that's actually made out of. I hope it's clay. I hope, with maybe some leaves in it or something. But I love it. It's hilarious. Now, Paul, he's a guy who by day is like a creative director, creative ad guy extraordinaire, jack of all trades kind of dude. And I worked with him, actually, in my legit job. And it was in a job that I really didn't like very much. And he's one of like 3 people from that whole experience that I'm pleased to actually still keep in touch with and be friends with. But way back then, when we actually did work together, you know, we were kind of kindred spirits in that we were both somewhat miserable and felt that our creativity was being stifled in the jobs that we were in. And so, you know, we busied ourselves in our regular check-in calls and conversations, you know, talking about other stuff, talking about nerdy stuff, Star Wars stuff, that kind of thing. And for my birthday one year, he made this for me. He actually asked me if I had any spare C-3POs lying around, and I had like a 90s C-3PO, and I sent it to him, and I didn't realize he was making something for me. But he made me what was my first kind of mashup, knockoff, custom-made Star Wars figure, ETPO. Absolutely ridiculous. He made this. This was 7, 8 years ago. My God, it's been forever. Anyway, it's one of my favorite pieces in my collection because it's one of the first. It is probably the first Bizarro mashup Star Wars custom figure that I got. So thanks for that, Paul. Still got it. Still love it. It goes with the other stuff real nice. He also made this. That I put on an empty, you can get these empty fake cans. They come with like candy in them usually on Amazon. And I just used this label and wrapped it. And he didn't know, because this was years ago that he made this, he didn't know at the time that my other pals, the 3D Panda, would be making all these awesome Spaceballs figures, and I would need somewhere to store all of the extra heads and accessories that they include with their Spaceballs figures. So this can, it was ahead of its time. It's perfect. I don't know if he sells these, but he should, because if he doesn't, he could probably make some money selling these, because I bet people would buy them. Anyway, so that's my boy Paul. He goes by the War Stars, and you should check him out on Instagram. And he's got a shop on Etsy also, so check him out. Okay, next, this will be a quick one. I was unaware of this account. I was unaware of this guy. Until he actually asked me if I could help him out with some digital scanning, and I did. And he sent me a porcelain Obi-Wan Kenobi. I hope this shows up well on the camera here, but it is a porcelain Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's beautiful. He's going to go up here with my Assy McGee statue up here. But I didn't even know that this guy did these things. He makes amazing, I mean, this is a guy who could make like a beautiful fancy lady tea set for you, but he makes amazing porcelain artwork. And he goes by Recollection, Porcelain Toys. Look him up on Instagram. His Instagram page is full of pictures of beautiful stuff. Some of it's just gorgeous art. Some of it's very pop culture, you know, Star Wars. I think there's some Masters of the Universe stuff in there. Anyway, just amazing stuff. So thanks, man. Thanks for sending me Porcelain Obi-Wan here. He's awesome. I love him. That's all I got for today. Stay tuned. More videos coming soon. Whole bunch of new figures. Some Star Wars, but mostly other stuff. Keep an eye on my Instagram feed for that kind of stuff. Anyway, until next time, stay funky, everybody.